What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Kenpo Roundtable, starring the instructors of the International Brotherhood of Kenpo Karate. Today's topic is clutching feathers. We will have Stewart, David Ghigliotty, Michael Miller, Lorenzo Jiménez, Dan Donfro, and yours truly, Dan Meck, all presenting our take on clutching feathers. Now, at the same time that this video drops, we're going to have 5 more presenters on the Kenpo Brotherhood members only page on Facebook who will also be giving their take. So we got a little something for the public, and we have a little something on the back end for our members. So if that's something that you're interested in checking out, like, hey, what's on the members only page? I can tell you there's hundreds and hundreds of good quality Kenpo videos on the members only page. Just go to www.brotherhoodkenpo.com, click on the Join Now button, and you will gain access to that members only page, as well as getting your membership card, your ID card laminated in your membership packet. All that for just $50 a year. What a bargain! Anyway, like I said, today's topic is clutching feathers. 6 different guys giving you their take on clutching feathers. And right now we're going to send it out to the King of Canada, Mr. Stewart!
Hey everybody out there in Brotherhood land. Stewart here. Got a couple guys in today. Just going to get started with the adult class in a moment. So I got Mr. McFadden here with me. I don't think he's been in a video. Nope, not yet. Now he is. So he'd be famous. So it's clutching feathers, Saburo told me. So a couple things about clutching feathers is, we teach it from a shoulder grab, we teach it from a hair grab, but up here a lot of Canadians are bald, except for me. So I don't like anybody touching my hair. But anyway, they will today. So if it was from a push position, you all know you have glancing or snapping twig. Snapping twig. And if it's a grab position, if it was somebody, Mr. Ringer, if I had a little bit taller person here, even from the grab, I could still hit that axillary where about 20 lymph nodes reside. So into that sector. A lot of people use the middle knuckle, but in a real straight altercation, I'm not going to have time to go. I won't have time for that. So I just like to shoot the whole thing. Usually these 2 knuckles will drill into that one. And from a lower sector, so he's a little bit taller than Mr. McFadden. So I could do the same maneuver, stepping back. When I step back, I create angle of disturbance because it pulls him forward. Now from this position, as I braze back, clear back, a lot of people go the straight heel palm to the face. I alter that one. The reason I alter it is that there's an insertion point midline, and this one connects to this one in the jaw anatomically, physiologically, and TCM perspective. If it's at the base of the xiphoid process, at the base of that notch, that one also is a relay station for the sympathetic or the parasympathetic nervous system. So the sympathetic is the one that regulates heart, respiration, and where the and heart rate, where the parasympathetic regulates defecation, urination, and digestion. So you get one to set up the other one. The parasympathetic is the KO one, the vasophase one, that can cause a neurological disturbance. It's almost like where your computer freezes, and then you have to shut it down and reboot, same sort of thing. So if I strike this way, and I see where he is, I'm controlling his height and width. I'm controlling the depth because I'm stepping back. When you control 2 out of the 3, the third one cancels out automatically. When I brace back, I strike to that motion there. See where his head is in position? Temporize nose, and usually if they wear glasses, I ask them to remove it, and then I hit them. That's how we do it in Canada. Anyway, so if he's in this position here, there's a point right there. If he's a little bit taller, other gentleman, I'll show him Mr. Jacob over there. So this one I would hit at the base of the xiphoid process. That's going to set up everything here and drop everything in same time. Now, see, I'm in this whipping motion. So when I cancel this and that point are going to be 2 turned into 1. So I'm going to angle this back to front. Take your glass off for a second. If you angle this back to front, just watch when I just tap that. That's what happens. Put your glasses back on. We're just so played up here. So when I hit here and I drop that to the reverse bone, you notice I follow that line. So it's a straight line. So if I bring in Mr. Jacob, thanks. If I bring Mr. Jacob a little taller, it's going to touch my hair. So when I step back, see the disturbance here on him? Now, as that graze back, boom, I'm gonna hit him a little bit lower. This one connects to this one. So this one here, if I just tap here, that's the issue you get there from back to front. Compared to his was a little bit higher, it connects to that one. So from that position here, now I can follow that same line. When I hit this position, hit that line, boom, and drive that up, if you want to add that for a testy situation. So a couple of things about that. If he was grabbing here with the hair, and the punch came in sooner, I could have this one cross. When this crosses, this is the happens. I push that down, you can push his balance down the ground he goes. Okay, come on back up. Thank you, sir. Another way you can do that, from a more humane principle, you grab my hair too. And I struck back here. Now the hands are free. This one here sets up the baby finger. So if I just tap that baby finger, down to the ground he goes. Okay? Learned those things from Professor Wally J. Back in the late 80s, early 90s when I had the chance to train with him, have him up here for a seminar. And also I'm great friends with his son, Professor Leon J. So if I brought Mr. Jacob back in again, just to show that from that position, if you grab that, you can grab any of the fingers. If margin for error, if I couldn't get to the baby finger, I can just grab all of them. I just twist it and turn it back down. And then you can pull it down. You can get them out of the film. Anyway, so bring them back in here, thank you, sir. So again, just to recap, your different things you can have. If a what if scenario, if he punches ahead, you can still cross that one, pull that one, take that one down to the ground, circle him back, drive here to the ground, and strike to the ribs. You got him pinned, he's on his side. Come back up. If I strike him this way, strike hit this way, sweep this way, you can grab the head, torquing this way, and you can bring him into the ground, have him here, and drive him that way. So, just keeping in mind for the base move, grabbing my hair again. For the base move, when you drop back, same time, a lot of people grab, step, and then strike. It's like constipated movement. Same time move, 2 move, 3 move. You okay? I'm okay. So anyway, that's my little tip on clutching feathers. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Until next time. Cheers.
Hey, Brotherhood. Dave Ghigliotty, West Bay Martial Arts Academy, Wallow, Rhode Island. I am honored to be here as a presenter today on this roundtable. Today's technique is coming straight out of Orange Belt. It's called clutching feathers. Now, you're going to see some really great renditions of this technique today, and I can't wait to see them myself. But I will be completely honest with you, this is not one of my faves. Not at all. And let me explain why. Even though it's an orange belt, this is a very difficult technique. We're using a fitted strike, tapered knuckle, to go up underneath the arm, armpit, side of the rib cage. I've seen it all different ways, to elicit a response by hitting the median nerve bundle, which comes off the brachial plexus. It's a nerve that's spread up underneath the arm here. If you play around up underneath, you'll feel it. You'll feel a little twinge that goes right down the hand. So, textbook-wise, we're trapping, falling back here, stripping the hand away, and then sword hand. We're going to stick to the basic. So, what I have found through teaching various self-defense seminars for both men and women, sometimes predominantly for the women, and special needs, that is easier said than done, hitting that target. And hitting it with enough force to make the hand pop open. Now, I have had this technique done to me many, many times. Sometimes I've had it work, but I'm going to say about 90% of it, I have not. They either hit up under here, or they miss the target, or I might grab down. When I grab, I'm going to come in and punch. I teach a variation of this because here grabs and pulls are a very common attack in the street. Very, very common. So they need to be practiced. A lot of times, when the grab happens, the arm comes down, which now you can see that target area is gone. So, I employed Mr. Parker's rearrangement concept. I changed the initial strike. I used a piece of a technique here at the IKCA called bridging claw. Trapping the same way, as I sit back, the claw comes right up underneath the arm into the face mask. I turn my shoulders to get a little more extension on this. From here, as I strip that hand away, I'm now pulling down on that arm, getting some frictional pull, a little bit of borrowed force, and I'm going to chop right into the throat. Now, we could end it there, or I actually like to use another IKCA technique called hook lightning. From here, I'm going to do a hook tear punch right up to the side of the head. And as you can see, there's a nice circular action here, and out the door I go. I like to say seasoned to taste, whatever fits. Now, I have seen it personally, and we do play with it this way, where that initial grab step back couldn't happen. As I grab, I bring the person in, so they actually take the step forward in. Arm is bent, takes up the target area. So what I do at that point is the same technique. If that grab comes in, and I trap, but I'm being dragged in, I'm going right up on over the top of the arm now. From here, coming down, as that hand releases, now I'm coming down because the arm is coming through this way, coming down, raking that down, a little bit of raining claw. Right? So it works both ways. Again, I get grabbed, gets me, they get the drop on me, I get grabbed, pulled in, here, right up. So this is a couple of variations that we do here. I've had great success with it. It doesn't take a lot of power. So again, sometimes when we're dealing with women or special needs community or smaller guys, that power becomes an issue. So we're not dealing with the power of the strike up underneath the arm. Guys, give it a try. Remember, seasoned to taste. I'm going to have a t-shirt made that says seasoned to taste. Okay, thank you so much. And again, I really enjoyed this. And we'll see you all next time.
Okay, thank you, David. Okay, so clutching feathers. All right, so the technique, obviously, hair grab. It's basically it'd be their left hand grabbing your hair from the front. We're going to, I'll just run through it slightly here. We're going to pin. We're going to step back in position, and then we're going to go into the neutral and fire a middle knuckle. Now you could use a middle knuckle or you could use a foreknuckle. I teach it as a middle knuckle. So you're going to grab, step in position, hit them there, hit them with the middle knuckle up under the armpit. Now you're going to do a frictional pull, turning it into a palm strike and a modified extended outward block. I'll talk about that in a second. Going into a forward position, it could be a bow with a flat foot, or you could have your heel up, and then you come back with a hammer fist. So ultimately, I pin, step, go, here, here, okay? Now, some people, I've noticed a lot of people, well, not just some, a lot of people tend to, they go right back into their neutral, which is okay, but I'm going to show you why I don't do that. They tend to pin and they just step back into their neutral and do their shot. The problem with that is your body's going in one direction and then you're striking in another direction. So you're going like this. But when you position yourself, hopefully you can see my feet, when you position yourself first and then rotate into it, you literally are going to drive the weapon into the target. So when I pin and I load and I'm here, now I'm going in the direction of the shot. Instead of going away from the shot. I'm going in the direction of the shot, okay? So that's one point that I like to make out when I teach this technique. So you're basically just coming back, positioning, and then doing your rotation, and you'll get that hip into it as you get into your neutral bow, okay? Now, what I always like to bring out is that extended outward block. I use it, when I said modified, it's more like an in close. It's closer to you. So if I were to do a standard extended outward block, I'd be here generally. But this one's kind of back closer to the ear, the way that I teach it, and it matches Calming the Storm. So if you look at Calming the Storm, we go like this, and you see where my feet are, and we stepped in, okay? Now, if I switch hands, and I go here, and instead of a punch, I do a palm, and then I switch, I keep the same feet, sorry about that, I keep the same feet, I just go to the neutral here. It's the same, so you can see that this is a modified extended, and so is this. That's the match. So it's here, and it's here. The reason for the Calming the Storm deal is if I did a regular extended outward block and they have a stick in their arm, they could still swing that stick around and hit me in the back of the head. It's possible. So I want to be more up toward the wrist area if I can. I know that's not the technique that we're doing, but I just wanted to bring out that parallel. So I'm stepping back, going here, going here, going here. Okay, and with Calming the Storm, I'm stepping in, and then I'm here, and then I go here, of course. But those are the main things I wanted to bring out in this technique, is positioning yourself to go toward the target with the weapon and the body, so the mass is going in that direction. And frictional pull here, you're pulling them into you, which means my extended outward block's gonna be closer, okay? That's the way that I teach it. And I think that's pretty much all I wanted to bring out with this technique. I like to, when I do these videos for the Brotherhood, I like to pick a couple things, couple points, couple pointers, couple tidbits to try to make the technique better. If you like it, go ahead and use it. If you don't, that's okay. It just gives you another option to play around with. So that's my time, and I'm gonna pass it on to Lorenzo. Thanks, Brotherhood.
Lorenzo will continue with clutching feather, okay? Yes, please, can you help me? Okay, we are trying to do a couple of minutes about this technique. This technique is the first technique in Orange Belt, okay? So he grabbed me, we need to think about this. He grabbed with the left to hit me with the right. A lot of people do the technique in this distance, okay? This is not correct. The people need to do this technique in this way because he grabbed me, he pulled on my head, okay? So the first thing that I am doing is the outward blow, okay? One, I do this. Be careful because when we are doing this, a lot of time we are blocking the view of the left eye. If I close the right eye, I cannot see anything. So we need to do up to continue to see perfect the opponent, okay? He grabbed me, I need to grab, check, and to pull. This is one thing. I can do this, but I am not working correctly. I am doing this. Step, hit, and hair. I don't have a power. So I need to pull with all body, okay? One, you grab, you pull, you need to turn immediately, and you hit, okay? I see this technique different way. One way, we can hit in the arm. I don't like a lot of this version because this is a line, and this is a line. Two lines. It's very difficult to hit for me, okay? You have a lot of marks of error, okay? And another time,
if I hit in this way, in horizontal plane, I pull his backward and I hit in front of me. So I am doing opposite force, okay? This is good if you hit, but then I need to move to hit the headband. I need to move all his body. If he has a lot of pounds, it's very difficult to pull with the arm, okay? It's for that I don't like a lot of this version. The version that I like is I need to pull and hit, but I hit with the punch in diagonal plane, okay? I'm going this way and up. It's very important to hit in up, because if he has feet together, he punches me, I do one in this way and the other one in this way. When I put off the arm, he comes to me. So I am more force, okay? It's for that I do one and then two to the face, okay? It's not necessary to do 1, 2, and 3. It's so hard for me, okay? It's better if you grab me, check, one time, 1, okay? In diagonal, and then I go out with this arm, and I hit to the face, okay? It's for that, and for me, it's more easy, okay? Remember, the full maneuver is neutral go, forward. Remember to do the correct forward, okay? Another time, then 1 and 2, okay? A lot of people do hammer punch, okay? If you are doing this, in old version we finish the technique here, but you can do different station, depend of the chair, okay? I know one in this one, another one is in this one, okay? Continue with the version of the station of the version, okay? But I like to work in orange bed only two, okay? One is grab, check, torque, and very, torsion, torque, and forward, okay? You like to play with the technique, you are doing head pound with the left, the next technique is tag salute, head pound to the right side, okay? The first technique you do the head pound with this hand, just no forward, is behind, and the second technique is the hand on the front, okay? You grab in the middle, now you grab up, okay? You are playing with the technique, with a different target, but you learn to hit with the head pound, with the hand behind, and the hand that you are in front, okay? And you can continue with the technique. If you analyze the other technique, you can find that you now the forward and backward and forward. You move with the same hand, and you can play and you can study the other thing. Okay? Remember, this is clutching feather. This is the eye is feather clutching the punch. Okay? And this is all the technique that remember, the basic move for this is long 1. When you are doing up and down, you are doing up and then you hit with this one, up and down. Neutral, forward. Neutral, forward. Okay? It's the same base move. Okay? So that's it all. Thank you so much. Okay? Thank you so much. And we continue the party. Okay? See you the next time, my friend. Ciao. Bye.
Hey, Stan Donfro back with another roundtable from World Class Karate Academy in Dartmouth, Massachusetts. The technique of the day is clutching feathers. So clutching feathers is against the left hair grab. And I always ask everybody, what's the attack on clutching feathers? Left-handed hair grab. What are we defending against? The right punch. So yes, somebody grabs you with the left hand, they're going to start punching you with the right. I know because, I've done this before. I'm not much of, I don't like go around grabbing people's hairs, but I've gotten into it with people before where I've grabbed them by the hair. And with me, I do it because I got some height and I can keep them at a distance while I punch them in the face. But this always follows that. Nobody's just going to grab you and be like, hey, all right, the punches are on the way. All right, so the base technique, the way we do it here, all right, trap, step back, and punch. This is a middle knuckle right into the ribs. Then you're going to outward block, palm heel, hammer fist high, and then we do it with the last hammer fist. I know most people have that as part of the extension where we scoop out. I believe most people end it here, but we always slip that last hammer fist in there. This is the way I originally learned it, was ending it here. And then I was training with guys that threw that last hammer in there, so we started doing that. So again, anyway, it's clutching feathers, trap and step back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, making sure this hand's up to check as you hammer fist low. So again, that's the base version of the technique. We're gonna modify it a little bit just for practical purposes, but let's just get a quick rip through clutching feathers. Hut. Bam, that's it, bring it on down, we'll keep it here. Hut. Ricky Boucher. Hut. That's it, bring it, Jasmine. That's it. Sean Booth. Hut. That's it. Yep. Put pots. And hut. Boom. There it is. All right. So now, clutching feathers. Is this gonna stop? So I was gonna say I'm the guy that's grabbing. Is this gonna stop me from punching you in the face? No, it's not. I'll tell you right now, it's not. Okay. Laura, come up here. And she steps back with the middle knuckle, bam, as I'm punching her in the face. I would much rather get hit here than there. All right, and at that point, it's probably lights out, okay? Don't expect this to make the person not punch you. I know on paper it looks great, and you know what? It does have its merits, okay? But if I'm gonna punch you in the face, that middle knuckle to the ribs isn't gonna stop me. All right, my goal is to knock you out, and that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so assuming that this isn't gonna work, because I'll tell you right now, if somebody wants to put up $10,000 that Sean grabs, Sean grabs me by the hair. No, I'll grab Sean. And he's gonna do the middle knuckle as I punch him in the face, and let's see if the punch hits him. I'll bet you it does, okay? I'll even do it for free. If anybody wants to try it. No? All right, I guess nobody wants to try it. All right, so what we are gonna do is trap and step back, and we're gonna bring this other arm up, knowing that the punch is gonna be right behind it. Because anytime I've ever done this, it's hand on and then blast them in the face. So what do we have? We have 1. And now from here, we can come back. Bam, pow. All right, well, we're kind of getting a little far ahead. One other thing that we worked on was this motion here can actually block the right. We won't do the whole line on this, but going this way, can you get a good look? Are we?
I got you.
All right, here. All right, so 1, bam, bam, there it is, just like that. So again, she's got bam, and then you're outside the arm, you change the target, you get the kidney shot. But anyway, you can mess around with that. That's kind of fun to do. You guys all enjoyed that one. It works. It does work. All right, but here we are. So now, 1. All right, now we're just gonna clear the arm, palm heel, hammer fist, hammer fist. And this one works like a charm, because the faster I come in, the faster I'm probably gonna break my hand punching her. All right, so I'll come up here. So I grab and I step, wham, and there it is again. Even when I try to launch this, pow, it's not there. There's nothing to hit, okay? The hands are covered. All right, so everybody's up. So step back, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam, so there it is. So let's get a look. Everybody shuffle that way a little bit. Maybe we'll take it from this. Actually, this angle's always dark. Isn't it?
A little bit
Let's
dark.
take it back from this side. How about this? Everybody step up. Will this work? And turn around and face that way. And then you stand over there. Oh yeah, that way instead of getting a shot in the back, we'll get the open side. Right over here, maybe.
You're gonna get fancy.
All right, yeah, I know. Throwing it in there. Right? So what do we got? Hut, bam, next.
Better.
Yes, watch. That's it. Come on. Bam. Even if you can get the punch off, there is nothing to hit. Now go. Bam. Hit. Sean, I'm going to punch you in the face, for real. Bam. Didn't work. I'm going to punch you in the face. Hut. Bam. That's it. I'm going for it. Pass. Honestly, I'm trying to hit them. And, you know, I'm avoiding hitting them on the elbow because that's much worse for the hand. Let's turn it back to the front. Back to the front. So anyway, that's a little something you can mess around with. It's the double trap, which protects you, okay? I was actually messing around with Mark Miley a little bit on this technique, and he actually had a cool one with this, which was, you know, step dragging in with an elbow strike. So come over here. So here's the first move, back two hands, and then wham, right there. So again, going back, wow. And that's it. And if I were, let's do this slow, because what I don't want to do is launch a punch and take an elbow in the face at the same time. But if you went back with two and I launched the punch, wham! And there it is. Bam, there you go, okay? One other thing that's important to know is, I mean, I've seen a lot of these type moves, you know, out on the street. And usually, when somebody gets you by the hair, if they're not going to keep it outstretched and hit you, they're going to pull your head down and start firing uppercuts. All right? That's the way that's going to go down. And clutching feathers is not going to work when your head is pulled down and somebody's launching uppercuts. All right? Again, but the same type of thing applies. All right? This is a protective thing. So if I had her by the hair, again, this is getting into a different technique. But you got to remember, it's all one and the same. I'm here. Now she can go right in. Yeah. The rain claw.
Sorry.
Anyway, I hope you got that. All right, but again, you know, this is a good way to protect yourself. And, you know, rain claw is nice because how much force does it take to fend somebody off when you hit them in the eyes? In the eyeballs, not much, okay? Anyway, we usually throw something in there with the motion. I know we're going way over time, but take one step back. I mean, what the heck? Let's just throw something in there. How about, Storm, you take this side. You were going to do fatal deviation. Switch side. And I'll stick with clutching feathers. So you got us in there. So here it is. Ready? Wait, back up again. She's right up against the glass. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. And there we are again. So you notice the first moves. 1. Bam. There we are. 2, 3, 4. Ah. Again, his end's there, but we're right here. But anyway, there you have it. All right? Clutching feathers. I hope we didn't run too much overtime, but from let's line it up. From World Class Karate Academy in Dartmouth, Massachusetts, we're signing off. Hut!
All right, thank you very much, Dan Donfro. It is my turn. Now, before we get started, I just want to talk to you about a little something that is important in self-defense all the way around, and that's environmental awareness. Environmental awareness is one of the most important aspects of self-defense. Knowing, trusting your instinct, like, hey, this isn't good, or I got to stay away from there, or something seems a little hokey. You know, one of the environmental awareness tips that drives me crazy is everybody always says, a chivalrous man. You know a gentleman if he's standing on the street side while he's walking down the street with his woman. That's what we hear all the time. If a couple is together, the man should stand on the outside so that she is not going to get hit by a car. Now, I will tell you this. I've been around a long time now, and I have never, ever, ever heard one time of a couple getting hit by a car on the side of the road. Not unintentionally, okay? But you know what I have heard about many, many, many times? Somebody getting jumped from the building on the other side. So when I walk down the street with my wife, my family, whatever, I always stand on the building side so that way I'm prepared. I can take the hit instead of my family because there's a pretty good chance you're not going to get hit by a car. Anyway, all this to say, the best way to prevent an attack like, I don't know, clutching feathers is to not have any hair. That's environmental awareness. Okay, so clutching feathers. Obviously, the best way to defend against clutching feathers is a little environmental awareness, but if that's not the case, here's what's going to happen. The guy's going to grab your hair, he's going to twist you up, and he's going to threaten with that right. So what you're going to do is you're going to pin, step back, and shoot that knuckle right into the armpit. Now from here, I see a lot of people that go like this and then turn and palm heel. I like to do this little sneaky push with my hand here. Just get the hand off your head, and then from there you can block it out and palm heel. And then the extension is pretty basic. From there, you're just going to take your 4-knuckle rake. I always say it's F-O-R-E or F-O-U-R, either one. You're going to rake across the temple eye, bridge of the nose, okay? So you hit, palm, and then rake, turn and hammer, and then just pop a rear kick up there and you're out. All right, so I have Sam here. This is my son, so obviously he knows about environmental awareness as well. Difference between me and him is I like the haircut. He's mad at the barber. But anyway, Sam's going to grab my hair, handful of hair, and now what you're going to do is you're going to bend and you're going to threaten right there. You see, this is what I'm worried about. So that's why I pin, I drop it back, and I stick this knuckle in the armpit. The whole idea when I shoot that out there is to stretch him out. That's the whole point, as I shoot that out there. And then this is what I was talking about, a little palm, just a little palm. Because if I go from here and I go like this and he brings his hand, he can put his hand in my face. I don't know if you guys have had a finger in the eyes before, but it's the worst. So anyway, I shoot this and then a little push, and then I'm going to block and palm. That's it. And from there, rake across the face. And then this hits, wham, pop there, and then pop that rear kick up into his chest. So the whole thing now, he grips, he threatens, so I'm going to pin and step back to straighten it out. Same idea as lone kimono. All right. Now, when I originally learned this, I learned this as a middle knuckle to the tricep, straight up like this, okay? If you can't reach, if you're being attacked by LeBron James with super duper long arms, you might not be able to reach the armpit, but if you can, that's best because that'll create that space. And then from there, push and block it out. Some people like to ride it back like this and into it. Other people like to shoot it out. I don't really care. Some people argue that if you just shoot a regular outward block, it's going to bring that other hand into my face, but that's the whole purpose for this. I can check off the shoulder when he goes to punch, or if I literally beat him to the punch and hit him with the palm heel to the chin, it'll cancel out that other arm. That's the idea, but clutching feather is pretty basic. So here we go. He comes at me, I'm going to pin, step, shoot it, block and palm, and then from here, hit, hammer, rear kick, and you're out. All right, back to you, Dan. Hey, thanks a lot, Dan. Great job there. Man, that's Sam, he's growing. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for watching our roundtable. If you like what you see, make sure you subscribe for more videos and like this video and share this video. Tell all your friends about it, and we will be back again next month. The roundtable comes out the second Saturday of every month, and coming in September 2022, we will be going live again. So that will be on Zoom at our normal Saturday time at 2 p.m. But until then, I hope you guys very much enjoyed what you saw, and we'll see you again next month.